So what got you into doing social media?
So what happened with my journey was originally I was playing semi-professional football in Spain, and I had broke my leg. And the night I broke my leg is the night I decided to start social media. And oddly enough, it was because I was on this health journey through football, and that inspired me to, obviously better my health, better my wellness, and cure my injuries. But the night that my leg broke, I had felt almost as if like my dreams were crushed, but I still felt amazing. And I felt like all the health work that I was doing allowed me to feel so good in a day that should have been the worst day of my life. And that night I decided, you know what? This knowledge is something that needs to be shared with people.
That's crazy. How'd you break your
Yeah,
leg? Was it in a game or?
it was in training. I was on trial with a club called San Andreo, which was a professional club, and I got tackled and my leg snapped.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's awesome though that you just felt like good, even though that had happened, because like you said, yeah, a lot of people would just crumble basically. So
yeah, and in the past I would have 100%. In the past, I would pull a calf and I would have this victim mindset of why me, like it's always happening to me, and I was depressed. But because of all the foundational health work that I had done, something like that had happened, and I still felt better than a moment where I just had a 1 week injury when in fact it was my whole career that was suffering, obviously. And it was the health I had attributed all to all the work I was doing before that.
so how much content are you pushing out right now around this?
So around this topic or in general?
Well, around this topic and then in general also.
So at the beginning, I was like documenting my road to recovery. So every day, now that I'm about the 4.5, 5 month mark, I'm basically recovered. So I'm more documenting what my life looks like now, getting back into training, getting back into boxing, different exercise. In the beginning was a big focus. Now I'd say in general, I'm pumping out 1 to 2 IG videos a day, IG reels, and at least 5+ stories a day is what I'm looking at. I'm starting to get into YouTube, diversifying in TikTok, Telegram, things of that nature.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's smart to always do is diversify because if Instagram's having a bad week or a bad month, then you got YouTube that could be doing good or vice versa. So I think that's always a good idea to just be on multiple platforms at a time. So
100% for sure. Cover all your bases, right?
what was that?
Cover all your bases, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd recommend getting on. Um, I don't know. Are you monetized on YouTube?
On YouTube, I've just started, so I don't have very many
Just
subscribers, so I don't even
gotcha.
think I could monetize yet, but soon enough.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, you'll get there. I would say get on Facebook also. Facebook has a pretty good
Facebook,
paying system. Snapchat's pretty good too. They pay pretty good.
really.
So yeah. And you
I look
can just cross post the same stuff you're posting on Insta or YouTube. So it'll work good
no
there too.
Facebook. You can post directly, actually, right? So, and when you
Yeah,
post it, yeah, like
yeah, I'm
yeah,
not sure how that works. Like I know there is a feature where it does send your post to Facebook when you post on Instagram, but we've
yeah.
never done it that way. We have like a page that we run and we post there. So, and that's where we've seen the success, but I couldn't tell you if you'll see success on Facebook by just doing the cross posting on from Instagram when you post.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, okay.
but I'd recommend getting on those platforms.
Okay. I'll try that out for sure.
How fast are you growing on Instagram right now?
So if I'm thinking back to the time I broke my leg, because that's when I started. About a month after that, obviously after surgery. So 4 months ago is when I started Instagram, just about 4 months ago. And I started at 1K on my personal account, just my friends and family. And now I'm over 8K on IG. The reach is good. It's about 4 million accounts reached every month. Uh, So I can't complain. The growth is pretty fast.
Yeah, that's awesome. So going forward, well, actually, taking that back, you said that you were on the phone with a client right
Mhm.
before this.
Yeah.
So what are you selling? What are you providing a service of?
So right now I'm doing in person, well, health coaching. So it's lifestyle and health coaching. Right now it's mainly through outreach because Instagram, we've had a few guys reach out and we're launching that soon. but it's mainly in person guys that I know or know of me through somebody who's had success. And essentially we take them through a lifestyle and approach to health, like just a complete overhaul on their life.
Mm.
And we implement what I call the 5 pillars of the holistic entrepreneur, which is essentially realigning with nature's principles, but in the modern world. So, for example, right now I'm outside trying to do my call with the client, do the call with you, just realigning nature's principles into the modern world. And that's the main theme.
So what are those five, if you can tell me without being a client? If not, that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I can break it down a bit for you. So we have the fitness principle, which, we focus on a holistic approach to fitness. So not necessarily too focused on getting huge, but just being functional and being as athletic as possible. Then we focus on nutrition, of course. That's everyone knows that's the backbone of health. We focus on lifestyle and self-care. So lifestyle right now would be me being outside. It would be I have coconut oil that I just put on my face this morning. So self-care is a part of it. We don't realize how toxic our self-care products are. The mind, of course, is a huge one. So these are just some of the pillars that we really focus on in our program, and we try to have a complete holistic approach of, and they all work in towards each other, right?
Yeah. So your
And
clients are seeing
recovery
success. What's that?
and recovery as well was the fifth one. The fifth one is
Oh, gotcha,
recovery.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, the um talking about like the skincare, the products and stuff, it's just I don't know where you're located now because I know you said Spain, but at least in America, the products are just really most products are poison.
It's
So
awful. It's really
it-
awful.
yeah, it's upsetting though when you think about it. I know like I'll I'll be researching about a certain food and I'm like, I thought that one was good. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess that one's not good either. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, what are you even supposed to eat? Like I know just I it's like being in America, especially. I'm not sure how it is in other parts of the world, but in America, it's just like I'm not even sure what to eat sometimes because it's like I don't want that because that's junk. I don't want that because that's junk, and
Yeah.
everything is just junk and poison. So,
It's horrible. So actually, I'm in Canada right now. That's like my hometown. So I come here for the summers, and it's the exact same. We're basically just a copy of the States, and
gotcha.
everything is poison unless you are aware of it. You have to be conscious about it in the modern world. You can't just be living your life and lead a healthy, happy life. It's unfortunately, like you said, there's poison in everything. You look at your sunscreen and there's seed oils in it. You look at your regular products that you put on your face, your moisturizers, and then look at the food you eat. It's awful. You literally cannot go outside without eating some kind of seed oils or preservatives or artificial sugars. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I mean, I work out a lot, and I try to like, it's like eat chicken. It's like, well, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll eat some chicken. Nice, good meat. And then you're like, find out all the stuff that they pump in the chickens and how they're ready to be eaten in just like, what is it, 6 weeks or 8 weeks? It's like
Yeah,
crazy fast, way too fast. And it's like, whoa,
yeah, yeah,
well, what's in that? And it's like, well, that's not good for you either. And then it's like
yeah.
beef. You think, ooh, I'm gonna eat some beef, some good meat, red meat. And then you find out all the stuff they pump into the cows and stuff. And it's just, yeah, it's everywhere.
It is. It is. It's really hard to avoid. And when they demonize meat, right, in the health space, or I wouldn't really call it the health space, but a lot of the mainstream advice is, reduce your meat intake. But the studies that they're referencing are studies done on horrible processed meats and not
Right.
grass-fed meats and not pasture-raised chicken and GMO and soy-free chicken. And it's like you can't compare apples and oranges, right? And I guess the reality is that's what most Americans have access to is that quality of stuff. But it's just the advice is very black and white in the mainstream, and that's kind of where I'm at. I'm in the gray area, and I'm trying to help people see that gray area, that not everything is black and white, and that you have to read between the lines and think for yourself a little bit.
So are your clients seeing success and happy with your program then?
Oh, big time, big time. My clients, whether their goals are weight loss, whether their goals are getting higher energy levels, or just in general leading a healthier, happier life, it's not like the blueprint that I'm giving is crazy. It's nature's blueprint. It's the blueprint based on how we were designed, how we've evolved as human beings. So it works for everybody, but it's just a matter of helping you navigate in the modern world. How do you merge the modern world and our ancient, human principles or nature's principles, I should say? How do you navigate that, and how do you combine the two is kind of where I guide my clients. But after we stopped working together after 6 months, they're fully equipped with all the knowledge and all the habits and the mindset to then go on and lead a healthy, happy life for the rest of their life, because it's just that mindset shift of, that holistic approach to everything, rather than you have deficiencies and you're going to say, oh, I'm vitamin D deficient, let me just take a pill. It's like, okay, let me identify the underlying cause. Let me get more sunlight. Let me have supplements in the form of oysters and real food and get vitamin D through that. So then you start applying to those principles, and it's almost like they start teaching themselves once they adopt this mindset.
I like that approach of just, you don't have to work with them for life. I love the approach of just working with them for a limited amount of time until they can do it themselves. Then that's the best approach, I feel like, for any program or anything like that. It's the best.
Sure.
So are your clients like often shocked by all the different things that are just bad for them, or things?
Yeah. Like just things you don't think of. Like, for example, artificial lights, like it doesn't register to the human, like the modern human, that, artificial lights in high volumes are toxic for us, right? It's like, oh, I just wake up, I turn the lights on, and I turn the lights off before I go to bed, right? It's just common knowledge, right? But in reality, we have to realize that artificial lights are, they're okay in moderation, but artificial lights never change in color temperature. They give your body the same piece of information all day long. Whereas outside, from morning to night, those spectrums of light are changing from, in the early mornings, red and orange, then it starts to get blue because the sun is 12 p.m. At 12 p.m. is the strongest. That's when it's blue. That's what lights are all the time, blue. And then it shifts back down to that red and orange. So it's constantly changing, and our body's constantly receiving that information through our skin, through our eyes. And if we're having the same piece of information all day long in the form of lights, then now our body cannot work in harmony. It cannot possibly undergo all the processes and release the necessary hormones in order to function as a healthy human being, because we're not giving it the information of a human being, if that makes sense, right? So something as simple as lights is, my clients are like, wow, like I didn't think about that. It makes sense, but it just never registered to me. Okay, I'm going to start getting more sunlight. I'm going to start blocking blue light. I'll go for a morning walk and the evening walk to get those different light spectrums. And they notice differences, which is the best part.
I didn't think about the lights myself, honestly. I knew
Yeah.
that getting sunlight's very important for you and everything. I make sure to get sunlight, but I just never thought about the lights giving the same rays just all day long. I never thought about
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah. And
crazy.
it is. And it didn't register to me either until I dove down these rabbit holes. But when you think about it, it makes sense, right? Our body's always receiving information, and we want to do our best to give it the best information so it can be in harmony inside and out.
Well, back to the content side of things. Going
Yeah.
forward, how are you looking to grow more and get this program out to more people?
So I work with my good friend in IPGA. His name's Andreas, and he has a company called Ascend Flow. And what he does is he has info products and he scales them for his clients. And what he's going to do for me is not necessarily an info product, more scale the coaching program and have a tiered level of coaching program. So one-to-one, inner circle, and then, the more general stuff. And we're going to launch that on IG. He's going to launch, the funnel, the back end stuff, all the websites, landing pages, which should be rolling out very shortly. The VSL should be out in the next day or two. And that's how we plan to scale and reach more people as my audience grows, funnel more people to this program, and just help as many people as I possibly can by free knowledge on IG, but through obviously this monetization platform as well, by exchanging our time and energy for money, for value.
Yeah. Are you doing this full time then, or are you working at a normal job also?
So I'm a student as well. I was a student at EU Business School. Now I'm in summer and navigating what my next move is. But what I'm doing is I have my own food delivery company. So we were talking about seed oils and all that stuff. So it's a seed oil free, grass-fed meat food delivery company in Toronto, Canada. And we deliver, ready-made meals, prepared, fresh, delivered to your door on Mondays. And we also pop up at local farmers markets. And that's kind of one platform that I'm focusing on right now, that food delivery business, and obviously the health coaching online. So I've got both those things running right
That's awesome. I bet you're busy then. Mine's full all the time of
now. Yeah,
stuff.
it is. It's a lot to deal with, but I mean, it's rewarding at the end of the day, seeing people who eat the food and they're losing weight and they're not bloated anymore after their meals. And it's like, this is convenient and healthy. And then my clients as well, their lives are changing. So for me, it's a rewarding feeling to help people and to work with them on something I'm passionate about. It doesn't feel like I'm writing a 5-paragraph essay about nonsense.
Right. I feel like once you see the benefit you have on people and the effect that you have on people, it's like endless motivation, if motivation's real. I guess it'd just be inspiration and just keep pushing you, more fuel to the fire, I suppose.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's like you feed off each other's energy, right?
right, yeah. Yep. So, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah. So I looked up the guy in your podcast. You said you're the co-host and manager of, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's big, man. On YouTube, you guys are crushing it.
Oh yeah, especially right now. Our YouTube hit a big amount of growth. I think it was back in May. We kind of had this eruption, and normally when we'd have an eruption, it would kind of go up and then kind of come back down and then up, down, up, down. But since May, it hasn't came back down, and it's been
Wow.
just nonstop, millions and millions and millions of views. So it's been awesome.
That's really good, man. And YouTube's a great platform for that.
Oh yeah.
Get rewarded very nicely.
Oh yeah. YouTube is definitely the best for creators. Like for example, Instagram, they will censor some of our videos, and sometimes we know why, sometimes we don't. It doesn't really make sense. But YouTube, I don't think we've ever had one censored on YouTube, and
That's
we've
great.
put in
Good.
a lot. So
That's really good to know because my
yeah,
content is a little, pushing the limits, one could say, because it's about health, of course, and it's not mainstream. So that's good to know for YouTube. I thought it was the
yeah.
other way around, to be honest.
No, but with the health stuff, I don't know. See, we just tell jokes, so
Okay.
you're getting into more serious stuff with health because the
Yeah,
mainstream doesn't really like that stuff sometimes. So
definitely not. Yeah.
so you'll have to see how YouTube goes for you. I think you'll be good, but I hope you're
Yeah.
good. I pray you're good.
Yeah. And I'm thinking for YouTube, it'll be more not just solely on health, but kind of like I was talking about integrating the nature's principles into my life, kind of showing people into my daily lives and how I do just that. Like I'm not a crazy guy who's in a forest running around, naked, like nature's principles. I'm
Yeah.
merging modern world. Like I'm a normal guy. So kind of showing that side of people, that side of myself to people via the YouTube platform is kind of the direction I'm thinking of heading in.
Are you thinking shorts or full lengths or both?
Both. So I would just repurpose most of my IG content as shorts, and obviously throw some raw stuff in there, but full length. So I should actually be posting one of my first day in the life YouTube videos later today. And yeah, now I have a setup, a videographer, an editor, all those things. So I know YouTube, the quality is important, so should be good quality, and I hope people will like it. I think they will because it's a normal guy, but just giving you value in the form of how you can better your life.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. People should like that. I'd say the biggest tip I can give for YouTube is it's basic, but just consistency. That's the biggest thing that has rewarded us is just keep on it. Don't let yourself slack off. Just keep going. And it
Yeah.
rewards over time, big time.
Okay. Yeah. That's inspiring me to do more YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube has paid off. Like I know for us, what kind of happened for us on YouTube, because YouTube is it's not our biggest platform, but it's our best paying platform.
Yeah.
So our biggest is Instagram with 600 and I think we're at 660, something like that.
Wow. Wow.
YouTube, we're at 312,000, I think, as of this morning. And YouTube, what happened for us is we started back in August of 2022. And
Okay.
it wasn't until about 8 months later, in I think it was April or May of 23, we had a video just pop off and go viral. And since then, it kind of just it went up and it stayed a lot higher than it had ever been. And just it stayed up there. We were probably getting anywhere from 50 to 500,000
Wow.
views a day. And it just kind of stayed up there, and we'd have it drop. It would drop down to like 100,000 views a day. And then we'd have it skyrocket up to 1 million views a day during some months. And it just up, down, up, down. And then in May, it's like our consistency just completely paid off because of May of this year. We had just so many of our old videos that we posted a year ago, that we posted 8 months ago, posted almost 2 years ago. All of them just started just going. So
Yeah.
we ended up just we were getting 1 million to 3 mil, or I don't know, did we hit 3 million? Yeah, we hit 3 million. 3 million views in a day. We get 1 million to 3 million views a day, every single day. Like I
Wow.
know last month in July was our best month ever, and we had about 60 million views. So it
And
was
that's on
it was
long
pretty
form, right?
good. What's that?
And that's on long form content, right?
No, that was just on shorts.
Oh yeah, but still, that's crazy numbers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's good.
It,
You guys kind of mastered this social media game to a T, sounds like.
well, we're trying.
And it's paying off, man. And whereabouts are you guys located?
We are in Arkansas in the States, so the dead center of the States.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Nice.
Yeah. You got any more questions for me?
Um, no, I think that basically covered it. It's interesting. I'm gonna check out your channel more and more now.
All right,
Um,
man.
those
Awesome.
numbers are very enticing to me, so I'm definitely gonna look up more and see. But from what I saw, yeah, you guys are absolutely crushing it.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
appreciate it. Well, you take care. I hope that program just explodes for you. I know you said you're working on it, getting the funnel ready and everything like that. So I hope
Yeah.
it explodes. So,
Thank
because I think
thank you
that's a
so much.
very, very important thing for people is
Yeah,
health is a declining wealth. So people need to
100%.
focus it.
And we're in the center, man. We're in Canada and the US. You go outside and you can see it. You see the kids
Yeah.
suffering. You see just people are as simple as not being in shape. And it's just there's so much more to health. There's so much more to life. And
Mhm.
yeah, hopefully people can get that message and get on board.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. Well, you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you
Talk
so
to
much.
you again sometime.
I appreciate you taking the time as well.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, man. Let's keep in touch.
Oh, yeah. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good one. Easy.